Hello guys, I hope you're all doing well. So if you are coming across this channel for the first time, you are most welcome. My name is Diana and I'm an overseas nurse who migrated to the UK. I've been practicing here for a couple of years, and on my channel I do share tips on how you can also fulfill your dream of migrating to the UK. So in this video I'm going to discuss with you a very important topic, and it's going to be about some of the courses that you can do to enhance your chances of getting this healthcare assistant job. So I've done about 3 videos in which I shared news about the updates about this new health and care visa. I also did a video on how you can migrate to the UK as a live-in carer. I've got so many positive feedbacks, and somebody sent a message to me saying that the care company that she applied to have asked for her IELTS results and all that. So looks like there's been some positive vibes going on with all these videos. So there are still other people who are saying they've tried several times, they are not getting. And one thing I want to tell you, do not give up at all. This is very competitive, I know. So that is why you have to do everything to enhance your chances of nailing that job. So some of these courses I'm going to mention, they are courses that if you put in your CV, is going to enhance your chances of getting a job. Any employer who sees some of these courses in your CV will definitely know that indeed you are up to the task, and definitely they will consider you among others who may not have some of these courses in their CV. So if you are interested in knowing what these courses are, please stay tuned, because I'm going to talk to you about the courses, why you need to do this, how it's relevant even to the UK setting, and where you can actually get access to these courses to do online. Put together about 10 courses, and I'm just going to touch on them briefly, and also for each of the courses I'll let you know exactly which sites that you can do this course online. So you don't really need to be here to do these courses. If you are here, fine, that's good. But if you're outside of the UK, which I know most people are, you will definitely have access to them online, so you don't need to worry about this at all. And most of them are free courses, and you get certificates for them. So the first course I'm going to talk to you about is basic life support, and you can get access to this course from highspeedtraining.com. So I'll leave the links to all of these websites, so don't worry. So what is basic life support? So it's an urgent care that you give to somebody who is going into cardiac arrest. And in this course, you learn how to identify the potential signs of somebody going into cardiac arrest, how to perform effective CPR. So if somebody has a cardiac arrest, doing chest compressions can bring them back to life. You also learn of the aftercare of basic life support. So every employer would definitely want to know somebody who has these skills, because at least if you have this, they know that if you are looking after a resident either in a care home or hospital, and somebody collapses or has a cardiac arrest, at least they know that you have the skills and you will be able to know what to do. So the next course is first aid. So when you talk about first aid, I think even back home in secondary schools, they used to teach us about the basic first aid skills. So it's really relevant in the UK setting, because for instance, if you happen to find yourself working in a care home, I remember I did an agency shift in a care home whereby one of the residents fell and he sustained a cut. So at that moment, as a senior carer, as a healthcare assistant, or even as a nurse, you are expected to know at least what to do and how to manage this wound. So this first aid training will give you some of the basic skills on how to manage simple wounds. If somebody has a cut, even at home or in a hospital or in a care home setting, what you need to do. It also teaches you how you can manage if somebody gets burns from maybe hot water, from dry heat. It also teaches you how to manage casualties if you find yourself in a care home or even outside the hospital setting. And you can find this first aid course on firstaidforfree.com. I'll leave the link as well so that you can check it out and then enroll yourself in this course so that you can equip yourself with this basic knowledge and skills. So the next course I'm going to talk to you about is managing challenging behavior. You can get access to this course on cpd.com. So if you're working in a hospital or even in a care home, you find yourself looking after patients who might be confused, especially those with dementia. Sometimes they can come up with some behaviors that you may not even understand. Some of them may be abusive, some of them may be so aggressive. So having this course will let you know how to manage if you come across a patient who is behaving in such a way. If you come across a patient who is aggressive, obviously you can't also react in an aggressive way. That would be so unprofessional. So having this course will let you know exactly how to manage if you come across such a patient or even a resident in a care home. The first course is safeguarding adults and children. So we've got safeguarding for adults, safeguarding for children. You can get access to this course on cpdonline.com. So I did a video in which I discussed some of the interview questions you are likely to come across and possible answers as well. So I did mention safeguarding and how to answer such a question in case you come across it. So safeguarding is basically how to protect the people that you are looking after from being abused or from being discriminated against. So for instance, if you find yourself being a support worker, healthcare assistant, you realize that you may be looking after people with disability, elderly patients who are vulnerable. So your duty, for such patients, they cannot really do much for themselves because they are weak, they are vulnerable, they are sick and all that. So you being the healthcare assistant, you being the nurse, you should be the one to stand in for them and protect them. So the abuse can be in different forms: physical abuse, sexual abuse, financial abuse. You could have an elderly person who may be abused even by their grandchildren, by their children, but they may be scared to open up. So if you are looking after anybody like this and you realize or notice any signs, it's your responsibility to stand in and act in their best interest. So if you are also looking after like people who are maybe disabled, you realize that they may not even be able to open up to speak and all that. So you being the healthcare worker or support worker looking after the patient, having knowledge in safeguarding will let you know the necessary steps to take to protect them from being abused. So before we go ahead, I would say if you've not yet subscribed to this channel, please subscribe and join the family, and also don't forget to press your post notification bell so that anytime I upload the video, you'll be the first person to get notified. So let's go ahead. The next one I'm going to talk to you about is equality and diversity. I remember very well in my interview for a job here in UK, they asked me, it's like, you can never miss this question. So you having knowledge about equality and diversity will be very, very helpful for you professionally, and also as you look after the patients or your residents. You can get access to this course from cpdonline.com. Equality and diversity does not only apply to people that we are looking after, it also applies to we as healthcare workers. So sometimes you realize people are being discriminated against just because of their skin color, the country they are from, their religious background and all that. Because of that, people may be denied access to certain opportunities. It could be done directly or indirectly, so you may not even realize it. Or a patient might be abused or being discriminated against just because of whatever country they are from, just because of their age, their color, their race and all that. So having knowledge in equality and diversity will let you know exactly how to equally treat everybody despite whichever origin the person is from. So if you go to a healthcare setting, you realize that you meet people from different backgrounds. So having access to this course will let you know exactly how to look after people irrespective of whichever country they are from, their race, their color and all that. The next one is dementia awareness. So if you find yourself working in a care home, if you find yourself working in a hospital, I've worked in a hospital where I was looking after elderly patients who are medically unwell. So this is where you see dementia patients who are medically unwell. So that's like two things combined. So if you have no knowledge about how to look after people with dementia, sometimes even when you are giving them medication, they will be busy thinking of something else. They will refuse medication, not because they don't want to take it, but they don't even know why they're supposed to take it. Some of them don't even know where they are. So having knowledge in dementia, because when they have dementia, they become a bit forgetful. Sometimes they remember what has happened years ago, but they don't remember what has happened now. If you give them medication, they will refuse it because they feel like they are not sick, there's nothing wrong with them, they don't know why they're in the hospital. So it can be very, very challenging looking after patients with dementia. If you go to the care home as a healthcare assistant, senior carer, nurse, you find patients who have dementia. So sometimes they will be confused, they will not sleep. If you tell them to go to bed, they will not go to bed because they are disorientated to time and place and all that. So having knowledge in dementia awareness will let you know exactly how to look after such patients when you come across. So if you put this in your CV, any employer or any care company who sees this in your CV will know that definitely if we employ this person to look after the elderly people in our care home, definitely she's going to be able to look after them because at least she has some basic knowledge in dementia awareness. You can get access to this course on cpdonline.com. I'll leave all the links I'm mentioning in the video description as well. The next one is end of life care. So when people get to that stage where they are nearing the end of their life, you can find such people in the hospitals, in the care home, in hospice. So this course, having access to this course will let you know how to look after people who are nearing end of life. It will also teach you about pain management, how to care for them with dignity, compassion, and also how to even support the patients and their families as well. So during this end of life period, the patient, the residents in the care home, or even the family, they will all be in a state where they will need so much support. So you having knowledge in end of life care will definitely help you to be there for the residents and their family as well as the patient at that moment. You can have access to this course on visiontolearn.net. I'm going to leave the link for you as well so that you can check it out. So another important course is nutrition and food safety. So obviously looking after patients involves all aspects. It's not just about giving them medication. So this course is about how to ensure optimal nutrition in the patient that you are looking after. It also gives you knowledge about how to provide like variety of food choices for your residents or for your patients. You know, people have different religious backgrounds, and because of that they may not be able to take certain foods. So obviously you have to provide them with a variety of choice. If you happen to find yourself in a care home, in a hospital setting, you can make suggestions for the food preferences of your patients so that they will have access to the food that they need. So imagine a patient being in a hospital taking medication and not eating, and they're not eating will be because the food that they are providing for them is not what they like. You will ensure that the food that they are providing for them is of high quality, it's safe and wholesome, just to optimize their nutrition whilst they're in the hospital. This will actually help promote recovery. And you can have access to this food safety and nutrition course in visiontolearn.net. The next one is infection prevention and control. So this provides knowledge to healthcare assistants, nurses, senior carers, and all healthcare workers about the causes and the prevention of infection. So it talks about how to wear the appropriate PPEs. It also teaches you about the moments of hand hygiene. It also teaches you of what to do or the steps to take if you happen to have an outbreak in your care home or in the hospital or in the care setting that you find yourself working. Considering this pandemic, infection control, we can't talk about it enough. So this is very important. It's really important for them here in the UK. So having access to this course and putting it in your CV, I bet you it will give you an upper hand compared to somebody who has not done this course. You can have access to infection control course on visiontolearn.net. The last and the 10th one is diabetes care. So most of the elderly patients, you may come across some of them having diabetes. So obviously you need to monitor their blood sugar. You need to check the food that they are eating. In care homes, you realize that some of the residents may be diabetic. They may be on insulin. They may be on some special diets. So you have to have knowledge in diabetes care and how to control their blood sugar, the healthcare education that you need to give to them. So you get access to all of this information in this diabetic care course that I'm talking about. So if I'm a care home manager or an employer and I'm going through several CVs, obviously whoever has a list of all of these courses or some of these courses in their CVs will obviously be given an upper hand or will be shortlisted for interview. So you have to bear that in mind, knowing that there are a lot of people applying from all over the world. So definitely they would have what they are looking out for. So just put yourself out there, prepare yourself, and just keep on applying to as many jobs as possible. So all of these courses I've mentioned is not only for healthcare assistants, for senior carers in a care home or in hospital, it is for also nurses as well. So now finding a job has become very challenging. So if you have all of these courses or some of these courses, you can even mention it as you write your cover letter. You can also make a list of all of these in your CV as well, and I bet you will not regret it. Definitely you will have an upper hand, or you will stand a better chance compared to somebody who has not done any of these courses or who has no knowledge at all about some of these courses. I have a friend of mine who also mentioned to me that she applied to one agency who wanted to help her come here. They're asking of care certificate. So she was asking me what the care certificate is and how she can get access to that course. So I'll do my best and do a video about that as well, and how you can get access to the care certificate to enhance your chances. So if this video has been helpful, please share this video with others so that they will all benefit. We are all here to share knowledge and to help each other, and subscribe to the channel. See you in my next video. Bye.